Arthas asked Tyrannus, "What are you doing, father?" And Tyrannus said, "Not letting you succeed me." No, father, no! And Fortitude took the first map. This is game number 2 between Fortitude and Happy in this best of 5. Let's watch it. We saw a Lich first. I'm gonna 2 times speed until we get to the 2-minute mark where the heroes start coming out. Excellent series between 2 of the world's best players. Refer to the previous video to see game 1 of the series if you've missed it. We saw a Lich first by Happy with a feint expansion. Feint? F-E-I-N-T? Or feint? F-E-I-G-N-E-D? Both. The expansion was a feint and it was a feint expansion. But it was not a feint expansion. There was not a bit of it. A-I-N-T. There was nothing of it. There was just one ziggurat.
Forces are under attack.
But no Expo. Because Fortitude took such a slow expansion, such a safe one, Happy was like, okay, that's not something I need to match with money. I'll just be aggressive with tier 3 and destroyers. Frost Nova on the entire camp. Ghoul comes in for a steal. Tries to anyway. Will get hit by the Lich, chased away. Ziggurat, 235. You know what? That's 25 seconds faster than his Ziggurat got planted at the expansion in the previous game. How was he able to cost cut? Is it because he didn't scout? Or did he scout last game? I don't know. How did he get it 25 seconds faster? It's not like Concealed Hill is even nearby. Is it because he didn't make Nerubian first? I don't know. I would have to study this. He sold TP? Yeah, I did the same last game. This footman is ready to heal at the fountain. Some maps, like Lost Temple, you can actually heal at the fountain without waking up the creeps. I think that's bad design, though I, of course, lovingly abused it. But here you have to wait till nighttime. There's also maps where they put a golem at the creep camp, like on the new and improved Secret Valley. So the golem that never sleeps will prevent this kind of healing at night. But there's also a cool gameplay element to having healing fountains with sleeping creeps. After all, an opponent could come here and wake up the creeps. So you create this kind of interactivity if you have but the wit and presence of mind to pay attention to it and use those mechanics. Archmage level 3.3. Picked up a lot of survivability. Here's one thing I would not recommend. Starting to Frost Nova the Archmage. That's not gonna work. Too much protection and healing fountain. Despite the distant proximity to enemy base, Fortitude is doing things the safe way again. Distant proximity. The near farness. The vast distance. No town hall yet, and in contrast to that, Happy is playing the greed style. Eco-greed. He's got his own gold mine coming up early, and Fortitude wants to do something about it. Happy is throwing everything at him, including the kitchen sink. Even the acolytes were there to try and block position. Footies come in, kind of a loose formation surround. He knows Water Elemental represents most of the damage, so he's trying. Oh my god, this is so sick! He blocked out both Water Elementals, even though the one that was summoned out of thin air. And yet, it is not enough. Still very sick though. Oh, Fortitude denied the XP of his own Water Elemental. He did actually Archmage last hit the first elemental that died. He lost 0 footmen in this attack, even though Happy did very good micro and made use of the very strong Nerubian tower. 1 footman goes down, 1 elemental denied, and 1 elemental got XP. So Happy only gets paid off with like 90 XP or something? Maybe he gets 90 XP in defense, and his gold mine is delayed by more than a minute after taking loads of damage. The formula for resource return on cancelled buildings If they haven't been attacked at all, you get exactly 75%. But the 75% of the original resource cost of construction is multiplied by the amount of missing health via damage. Not missing health in general, but just via damage. So if you were to take half of its total amount of HP in damage, you get back not 75%, but 37.5% of the cost. And I think this gold mine went from 80 to 10 before he cancelled it. So he gets back peanuts is all. Archmage comes back in, tries to summon Water Elemental. This time it's in proximity. He learned from his mistake before, and it's gonna be enough again. This is devastating. This is the kind of game that if I were the Undead, I would end up leaving in a couple of minutes, or even now. I would leave the game, say GG, and my chat would ask me, why did you leave? Isn't it going well? You made him TP, you killed a footman. Why would you leave? He cancelled your gold mine, sure, but can't you come back? Well, let's see if Happy can come back, because I didn't think he had much of a chance last game either. While Fortitude did go for a slower expansion himself, right? It is up. It has been up. He's at 11.5k gold. This gold mine has 12.5. So he's been mining for a good 1.5 minutes and then some, while doing a double cancel on the mine that was originally faster than his own even started. The gold mine was 60% before the town hall started. Now look at this. And that's basically what I was talking about in game 1 in the previous video. Undeads do not get to expand against dedicated Archmage harass normally, or so I thought. Then, you know, he tried it anyway. Human is a little better at this type of play. Expand and harass. Oh, the footman cancelled the gold mine again. Happy leaves. Why did you leave? Alright, let's go game number 3. That was a short one. It's over. The score is now 2-0. Oh my god. 2-0 Fortitude.
Okie dokie.
It's not a rage quit. Happy is tier 1. 1 base against someone that is 2 base tier 2. He doesn't even have the benefit of a fast tech like in game 1. Hey, 5 acolytes. That was definitely quite over. And it's not just that, but it's also, he knows it's gonna happen again. Like, the gold mine just got cancelled again. He knows it'll happen again. Because none of what he has an improved situation compared to before. He doesn't suddenly have any new tools to deal with it. So it will be cancelled again. That's next on the schedule to watch. Jan Hoes, Lin versus Fortitude. Just 2 times speed accelerating until we get to the heroes finishing. Whoa! Does anyone know why Happy made a second necropolis here? There's a couple of advantages to it. A necropolis costs 100 gold more than a ziggurat, or perhaps not even these days. But it is 50 lumber cheaper, 0 instead of 50. And so while you spend more gold, you save lumber. And that means that you can spend that lumber. Bam! It's pretty! On a gold mine. So, to bring the amount of ghouls that he wanted to bring, to leave the amount of ghouls at home that he could afford to leave, he'd be missing 50 lumber if he had made another ziggurat. So now he has got a super, super fast expansion. Remember, in game 1, the 3-minute mark, which is where we're at now, which of course you guys don't know because I didn't have the overlay up. Oops. Alright. The 3-minute mark is where the first ziggurat was made on Tidehunters. At 2:35, the ziggurat was made in game 2. And now at 3 minutes, the gold mine was made. And it's at 3:30 that we see the ziggurat. So this is even greedier than before. And what did I tell you works good against safe defense? Greed. Against offense, greed can lose. Against offense, you want safe defense. or your own offense. Usually, every playstyle has 2 counters and one thing that it's bad to go up against.
The town is under siege.
So he realized that Fortitude is doing a mixture of safe defense plus greed, and that the aggression was delayed. So because his gold mine got cancelled at 80% last game, he thought, if I make it 10-20 seconds earlier, 30 seconds earlier, it will finish instead of not finishing. He's using acolytes to block. They're on hold position. He's repositioning them. He can remake new acolytes from the nearby necropolis. He's bringing every ghoul. The gold mine is finishing. It's done. Ding! It's done. He's not repairing. He's mining. He's not repairing. He's repairing, but it's too late. Meanwhile, his ghouls are harassing the militia down there. He has not let a tower come up. That was so sloppy. Mining from it? Really? He just got 30 gold out of it. He could have been repairing. He would have been able to do a lot more damage here. Nice ghoul focus down. Meanwhile, though, it's really cool. I feel like Happy did a better early game here regardless, despite what I think is the mistake of not repairing on time.
Players' forces are under
Splitting
attack.
between an early expansion that needs to be addressed by the Archmage. He has created an untenable position to defend his own expansion. To defend Human's own expansion. So either you send everything you have at my gold mine and cancel it, which wouldn't have worked, I think, if he repairs it. But then you don't have an expansion either. Or you defend your expansion with Archmage, we both have a base. Fortitude is smart with his movement. Gets another ghoul. And gets another cancel.
Forces are under attack.
Oh, that's 5 peasants. That's huge. Gets a 4-man Frost Nova.
Town is under siege.
This is going to get cancelled. Maybe he's gonna tech now and forget about it. He's got resources to tech, I wonder. Or does he give up part of the duality of focus split? He wants to expand again. He doesn't want to tech. Okay. He also doesn't have enough ghouls on lumber to do both. I've often wondered if it's correct to go Dark Ritual level 2 instead of Nova level 2. In my opinion, it is. You go from gaining like 40, 50 mana from a skeleton to getting like a 100 plus. More low level Novas. Hey Stilgar, 2 months. Thanks, man. An emergent sub message, you might say. Wasn't he at 0 gold? No, he had 75 gold when the gold mine finished. He might have gone 0 by spending it, but that's a choice too. Nice kills on the peasants there. The ghouls are getting away, unless Archmage is going to hunt them down again. What the hell is Archmage doing here? What is this? You would at least attack or defend, no? Like, I get it, he went for some healing and then he sent and he forgot because he was busy.
Forces are under attack.
By the way, a funny consequence of this perennial expansion deny play on human, they just get massive lumber bank. Look at this. 600 lumber, because what else are the peasants doing? Oh, acolytes around. That is sweet ass. I say set up to build the gold mine right now. Go, 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 go. And there he is. That's fast. He still had lingering vision of that, you know? He knows. Well, Fog of War in replays is bugged, but trust me guys, he knows. He knows Happy's expanding again. Meanwhile, more ghouls are being made. By the way, I just noticed. Acolytes have a little icon over their head while they're summoning gold from mines. What the hell? I have never looked at this. Is this new? What does it mean? What does it mean? You just noticed this? Yeah. I mean, it was just like a shape maybe that I was aware of vaguely. It's from day one. Look, I've just not been consciously aware of it. This icon, if you showed me this icon, right, and you said, what's this from? You would know? You would know? Oh yeah, that's the Acolyte summoning icon. No, you just know this as a vague jade-looking symbol, while viewed within the context of what you're seeing it as. I'm 800 MMR on W3 Champions, and I know. I'm not gonna say that's why you're 800 MMR. I'm not gonna say it! What do you mean toxic? I'm not gonna say it! Alright, back to the game. Double Nerubian Tower. Can he get the XP from the Water Elemental? Yes, he can. It's 57 experience. That's nice. Not going as well for Fortitude this game. Cannot get the cancel anymore. Actually has his expansion slower than Undead. Happy went from no Expo to cancelled Expo to having Expo before Fortitude. That's a third Necropolis! What? 3 Necropolis? Why? Why 3 Necropolis? I guess he wants to keep using his ghouls. Is he still making them non-stop? No. He's not making them non-stop. Nice Archmage's Chase on the ghoul. 40 experience, easy. He doesn't have no wood. He's saving it up a bit. There's a second crypt coming. There's ghoul upgrades, 1-1. Okay. You know, ghoul upgrades used to be so rare. In my mind, ghoul attack and armor upgrades were a Reign of Chaos thing. And then it just stopped. And until like a few years ago, we just never saw them. Am I wrong? Like, from between 2005 and 2015, do you guys remember people getting ghoul upgrades for attack and armor? I don't think so. But I like it. I love upgrades in general. I like 1-1 upgrades a lot. 1-1, 2-2. I like this kind of type of upgrade. You know, RTSs have different kinds of upgrades. Qualitative, quantitative, transformative, and so much more. You've got utility upgrades. But the really just simple numerical 1-1, I think there's a charm to them. But I'm not able to explain 100% why they need to remain in games. Because some RTSs don't use them. Like, I think Stormgate doesn't have blacksmith upgrades. They just have the unique upgrades, like brute strength, defend upgrade, animal war training, you know, those. And technically, those are more interesting in a way, because they do something special more than just a little bit of 10% this, 10% that. But there's something I like about just the simplicity, the sheer simplicity of blacksmith upgrades. You're working on the power fantasy of your unit. They're getting marginally better. You're upscaling a otherwise less impressive unit. You're keeping them relevant. You're choosing a direction in your game, right? By committing to an upgrade for a certain type of unit, you are sinking into a cost, which is an opportunity cost. Nice sapper. He positioned it very carefully, killing 1 footman and 2 ziggurats immediately. That was a lovely explosion. The only upgrades Undead regularly used have been for Guards and Mirror and versus Elf. Sometimes for Fiends versus Orc as well, but that's it. Yeah, exactly. Fiend upgrades, Guards, Destroyers. I remember all those. Don't remember a lot of melee and armor upgrades for Ghouls. He's even going double Slaughterhouse, so I think it's going to be Statues, Statue Destroyer, but then also maybe later Abominations. Killing Acolytes with 3 Necropolis doesn't seem very worthwhile. Yeah, especially if it costs you something. Usually it's better if you can kill acolytes and then also delay mining because they don't have any and they're transforming. But yeah, against three Necropolis. Cleaning up the cultists. While there's 3 Necropolis indoctrinating new humans to root for the Scourge. That's a problem. Look at this, guys. 120 XP on DK. Oh, deny by Fortitude. Very nice job. So what's he going for? Same, right? And it was even revealed. Like, oh, it's double workshop. Double workshop, double barracks. He's got all the information. What? Ooh, yeah. Ghouls with 2/2 upgrades.
The player's forces are under attack.
Anyone know how much bonus effective health ghouls have? Percentage based with 2 armor upgrades. It's 24%. 24% bonus effective health. So you take physical health, not against Stormbolt. So what is 340 with 24% extra? Should be about 80, 85 or so. So ghouls are effectively about 425 health. Against physical anyway, not against Stormbolt. That's a lot better. Is that Logan in the bottom? Yes, it is. Logan and his fish. He looked at me. Did a little side eye. I can't say his name without him waking up. Such a vigilant watcher. Oh my god, is that rifles I see? No. And fragmentation shards?
Under attack.
No. What is this? You're going rifle mortar son against 2/2 ghoul upgrades. I guess he... No, he cancelled it. What? He's like, ah, never mind. Night flying. But what is this? Upgrades mortar shells of mortar teams. And where's all the towers he had before? This time didn't invest.
Now he is under siege.
Look at these ghouls, so sick. 2/2. Look at this ghoul surviving with his armor on. Knights, very good against fiends. They don't have as much sway over ghouls. Especially when 0-0 against 2/2. And that's just the result of the much earlier expansion Happy was able to establish. Suddenly, that really close fight when Fortitude had Expo for 15 minutes and Happy didn't. Not really seeing that here. But how is Happy doing it? He launched a frontal assault on the main base. Immediately sent in his ghouls to harass peasants. To create a situation that cannot be ignored. Didn't morph any destroyers because there aren't that many towers. And he wants to keep his healing. Is now getting fiends. Fiends in Abomination. He's transitioning to the late game tech. Fiends and Aboms. Maybe we'll even see Frostworms at this rate. A kind of Brood War-esque progression in units. I always cheered when the Ultralists came out. No Orb of Fire, no Staff of Sanctuary, and no Paladin. Very likely no hope. And as mobile players would say, no damage. We have no damage. Lich does have TP this time, so can just kind of free shoot. Coil, of course. You know, some of the most fun I've ever had in Warcraft 3 is when I played 2v2 with Fury, because he's undead, and he was a fun guy. And when he Coil Nova something, I was like, ah, finally, Coil Nova is on my side. And it's as funny as like a joke. Every time it happens, it's like this unexpected punchline. Because as an orc, you learn every damage has to be fought for tooth and nail. You slowly grind out damage, and eventually something dies. And you work on it. You don't expect someone that's like 80% life to get Coil Nova and killed. So every time he does it, it was so shocking. I got like a system shock with the resulting just kind of relieved laughter. SK Nuke made the Coil Nova trend, right? I don't know. I remember you just told me a name from a long time ago. SK Nuke. He was the clan manager for Team SK. Short guy, quite friendly. Of course, he was the enemy because we were 4K and SK and 4K had a lot of rivalry, but I liked him. Core memory unlocked. Yeah, this is a huge army here by Happy. 2 abominations. Damn. Griffins. Very strong against A-bombs, but once they get webbed, very easy to focus them down. They cannot be Staff of Sanctuaries when they're webbed. Only way to get out of web is Banish, and that's the one human hero that he doesn't have. So they just die then. Bam. Knights are doing good though. That's a lot of knight damage. That's Thunderclap level 2. Thunderclap level 2. Nice invulnerability timing on the Mountain King. He's pushing Happy back. He's pushing him back. That's crazy, dude. I don't think Happy expected to be defeated here. And perhaps he won't be. That's a nice heal scroll. Fiend's getting a lot of health there. The Knight Sundering Blade means they effectively do have one attack upgrade only when attacking Fiends. Because of the medium armor type. Not a lot of hero focus, as you might see. Lower level I feel like has more hero focus than high level. They're the most well protected targets. That's why usually you'll see unit focus, War of Attrition at the higher levels. Lich is level 6. I would imagine he doesn't get Death and Decay. I think he goes for Ritual level 3. Mountain King booking it. You know, Happy used to be the kind of player that would never expand, come what may. Like, no matter what. He would sooner save up 3k on one base and do a 50 to 100 food push than to ever expand. And he probably learned the hard way. Growing up, not being allowed to expand because you don't have that many good tools to do it easily and early. You just kind of become disenfranchised with the idea, I suppose. Unenamored. But a lot has changed in the last 5 years, and now he's quite
Players' forces are under attack.
quite a common expander. Thank you for the sub, Lynn. Real Lynn? I don't think so. He doesn't spell it with a capital N. He wouldn't go about spelling his own name with a different capitalization. That's anathema in gaming world. But thanks nonetheless for the prime, Lynn322. What do you think Happy's biggest strength is? Autism? Maybe? But that's just armchair psychology. I don't know. Happy never goes easy. He could be playing your 4-year-old nephew and he will still smash. Like, I never see him play deliberately clowny. Except when he gets paid for it on stream, I guess. But like, this guy is extremely tryhard, very disciplined in improving. He is known to play for a living, let's say. He doesn't make any secret out of the fact that it's very important for him that he's financially motivated by a lot of what he does. And the same is true for many people in the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's very clear about it. Like, he's a very... he's quite honest. Not always very easy in the social aspect to engage with. He seems to think and act differently than many people. But I've always appreciated how straightforward he is. Even when he's saying something you don't want to hear. He's very fast. He has a very good head. and he practices a lot, seemingly with no loss of motivation, though we don't know how he really feels. Right? He doesn't talk about his feelings. He's got many greater strengths. His greatest weakness used to be inflexibility, but he has improved greatly from his stint in StarCraft 2. And I think he was forced to improve to survive as a competitor. And now he's the best. GG. Happy takes back a game. The score is now 2-1 for Fortitude.